Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome back once again to yet another session of English, and today's class is again for class 8. We will continue with where we left yesterday, that is the lesson Classical Dance Forms of India. So if you remember right, in yesterday's class or in the previous class, we discussed certain classical dance forms, out of which Bharatanatyam was one. And then we also discussed Kuchipudi, if you remember. So today, we will be discussing another 4 forms. And all these 4 forms are very important, because these are some of the major dance forms of India. But before we get into these 4 forms, let us once again recapitulate what we discussed in the previous class. Bharatanatyam is one of the oldest forms of dance. It originated in the temple courts of Tamil Nadu, and the word Bharatanatyam has 3 components, namely Bha, which means expression, Ra, which means rag, and Tha, which means tha. So all these 3 put together, you get the word Bharatanatyam, and the dance very rightly has all the use of these 3 forms. Today, we will also discuss another dance form, that is the Manipuri dance. The very name suggests that this dance originated in Manipur. Manipur is in the northeastern part of India, and the major feature, the main characteristic of this particular dance is that it is performed on Ramlila. So Ramlila forms the basis of this dance. So the dancers, they enact incidents and stories in the life of Lord Ram, and the story is being done in the dance form. So Ramlila is the focus of Manipuri dance. And this dance is known as the drum dance. You know why? Drums are used when the dancers perform it on the stage. So the name Pung Shalam, Pung means a drum. So drum forms the basis of this dance. It is a major component of this particular dance. So you will not find any Manipuri dance without the drums. So it is known as a drum dance. And dancers are very fast. It is not like Bharatanatyam. Bharatanatyam is a dance with slow steps, with fast steps, with medium or moderate steps. But in this Manipuri dance, you will find the motion to be very, very fast. They are quick movements, and not only that, the dancers, they jump, they leap and swirl. Swirling means rotating, gyrating. So the Manipuri dancers are fast dancers, and according to the beats of the drum, they leap and swirl. So this is one of the fastest dances, which comes under the classical dance forms. Then we come to Odissi. Again, I draw your attention to this word Odissi. So the very name suggests that the dance originated in Odisha, the present Odisha. So Odisha is the home of Odissi, and it is also a temple dance. Odissi is also a temple dance. And if you watch any Odissi dancer performing the dance, you will find she or he conveys a story. So a story is narrated in the form of a dance. Just as Ramlila is performed with the Manipuri dance, stories are enacted in the form of the Odissi dance. And hand gestures and facial expressions are very, very important. You see, every dance has some unique features. And what are the unique features of the Odissi dance? The facial expressions and hand gestures. So a lot of hand gestures are used, facial expressions are used, and with these expressions, you can understand what the dancer is trying to convey. Then we come to another important form of dance, that is the Kathakali. Kathakali is a dance which is once again a very, very old form. In fact, one of the oldest theatre forms based on Ramayana and Mahabharata. If you remember right, in the beginning of the class, we discussed that dance and religion are inseparable. They cannot be separated. So in the ancient times or in the olden days, every classical dance form had religion attached to it. So when we talk about religion, it is the Mahabharata and the Ramayana that come into focus. So all these dance forms like Bharatanatyam, Manipuri, Odissi, all of them have religion incorporated with them. So scenes from the Ramayana, scenes from the Mahabharata, scenes from maybe Upanishads, and scenes from some other religious epic might be performed in the form of Odissi. So that is why I said Indian classical music and Indian classical dance are very spiritual. Those who watch these dances and listen to classical music, Indian music, they become very gentle, they become very sober, they become very refined, because the slow and melodious music makes your brain sharper and you get activated, intelligently activated. So it promotes the intellectual growth as well. So any disturbing music will not help the brain in acting or making it active, but any classical dance form or any classical music, whether it is instrumental or vocal, will definitely promote the growth of the brain. And that is why, as I told you in the last class, some doctors perform brain surgery with the help of music, with no anesthetic. There are hospitals in India where light surgery is performed. The brain is kind of taken out and it is operated upon with no anesthetic, so the patient can feel that he is being operated. How is this possible? With a silent and a melodious music, a gentle music. Okay, so Kathakali is one of the oldest theatre forms. It originates in Kerala, and this is also based on Ramayana and Mahabharata. But one of the distinct features of Kathakali is the makeup. You see, without makeup and without costumes, the dance will not have its real effect. It does not get its full expression without any costume, any kind of makeup or any jewelry. So, Kathakali definitely has a lot to do with makeup. It is connected with makeup. So, what are the colors used? There are some bright colors like red, green and black, and these colors are used according to the characters. So, if a good king appears on the stage, he will have green color. He will have his face painted in green. So green is a sober color. It represents, or it stands for prosperity. So all the good kings are painted with their faces green. And there are some negative characters. For example, Ravan is generally a negative character. So if Ravan were to perform on the stage, he will have green color face with red marks to follow. So green with red marks on the face denotes or indicates a negative character. So a positive character will have only green, a negative character will have green with red marks, and the forest dwellers. Supposing there is a scene which involves people from the forest, so you will have the black color. So black, red, green. These are the primary colors, and these colors have been used for different characters. Then again we come to one more dance form. Obviously it has its origin to Odisha, and this is known as Kathak. Sometimes if you watch some classical films like Umrao Jam or Devdas, the latest version, you will find the dancers performing Kathak. So it's purely Kathak. The dances which are performed in some of these films are purely Kathak. And where did it originate? As I just told you, it is of Orissa or Odisha. How did this originate? You see, these dances have their roots to the bards, nomadic bards. What do you mean by the word bard? Bard is nothing but a word that denotes wandering singers. You see, in the olden days, men and women, they went from village to village. And as they traveled from village to village, they sang different kinds of folk songs. So the folk songs had different themes. They had romance for their subject, they had war for their subject, they had religion for their subject. They had some social issue for their subject. So all these subjects were formed into music. So the village singers, the wandering singers who visited villages, they kept singing these songs. And along with the song, they also performed the dance. So the dance was focused on a particular theme, as I told you: romance, war, religion, some social issue, poverty, everything came into that. So these nomadic bards, they were found in the ancient India. If you go to Bengal, you can still see some of these bards, baul singers. You call them as baul singers, baul singers. They have just one small instrument in their hand, a veena-like structure, and they keep on singing. They visit villages, different villages. They go from village to village with that one baul and they keep singing. They are known as baul singers. You can find them in Bengal. So nomadic bards of ancient India, they actually were the founding fathers of Kathak. So storytellers, they were good storytellers, the nomadic bards, and they had rhythmic footwork. So Kathak is a dance which has fast footwork. It is not a slow dance, remember. It has a fast footwork and there are a lot of rotations or there are a lot of gyrations. You turn your body violently with fast rhythmic footwork. So these are the 4 important classical dance forms which originated in India, and these dances are still danced and they have the same importance that they had hundreds of years ago. Now with that, we come to the end of the dance forms, but I want to draw your attention to this particular thing. Find out. You see, when we speak of dance, you must be thorough with some of the terms. Of course, dancers. You can also call a female dancer as danseuse. This is, I believe, a French word, danseuse. What do you mean by danseuse? A female dancer, not a male dancer. A female dancer is known as danseuse. Rhythm. Rhythm is the kind of timing that is associated with dance. So a song has to have a rhythm, a dance has to go with the rhythm, and scales, high pitch, low pitch, moderate pitch, the volume, these are related to scales. You sing in a high scale, with a high voice, in a low scale, with a moderate voice. Now, I am asking you to make a register. What is meant by register in English? For example, let us take the field of medicine. So when we talk about medicine, there are several words, vocabulary related to that. For example, surgery. This is related to the field of medicine. Surgical gloves. The doctors use surgical gloves. So this is related to medicine. Forceps. This is a kind of instrument which the doctor uses during the surgery. Then you have surgical mask. So there are so many words which are related to one field. So this is known as a medical register. So you can make registers related to different fields. And you can also have a register on, let us say, food. Food register. What do you mean by food register? Collecting the words which are related to food. For example, aroma, a sweet smell produced while cooking a dish. Batter, when you mix flour with water, that is known as batter. So you can collect some words related to one particular field. It may be the field of food, cuisine, culinary terms. It may be the field of music. It may be the field of dance. It may be the field of education. It may be the field of medicine. It could be any field. But collecting a group of words related to one particular field is known as a register. Now I am giving you a homework. You make a register. Take any field as you like, your favorite field. You can have cricket as your favorite field. Most of you are interested in cricket. So try to find out 10 words related to the game of cricket. So you get a register related to games. That is a game of cricket. So Dear students, I hope you must have had a clear picture about all the dance forms. I will be giving you some sort of questions as well. Try to do those questions and make a register. That is very important. This is a time you can make use of a register. This is a time to make use of the dictionary. This is a time to make use of your textbooks to find out a register, to make a register. So from every lesson you will get some words and find out those words and create a register of that. Till then, safe stay and goodbye.